Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I give Sebastian his SubQ fluids. So I did just wash my hands, and I start off with warming up his fluids. So you can see I have two towels here. Have the first towel laying on the table. Typically I'll do it up on the counter, but to record this I did it this way. And then I laid a heating pad down, and then I put another fold on top. And for about 30 minutes prior, I do heat up the fluid. So I'll sit the fluid bag here, put the towel over it, and then like flip it every like 15 minutes. So it is pretty warm. I have everything else I need here. Now I do have a pole, because with doing it yourself, I feel like it just makes it easier having the pole. Um, I Once it's heated up, I do run the line to get all the air bubbles out. If there's any air bubbles, I just flip the line and wait until the air bubbles go out. Now he's on Normasol R. So from the 1 to the 2 is 100 milliliters. When I'm by myself, I was having a vet tech come and she could get like 100 milliliters in him. And it's hard for me to get that many milliliters. So if I can get 50 to 70 milliliters, I'll be happy. So that's what we're going to aim for. And it does have an extra safety feature here. I did unlock it because it does get kinked. So I'll show you when I close it, but right now it's open so it can move freely. When you're done, you just push this back and it just squeezes the line tight, just to make sure no extra fluid leaks out. Once it is heated, I go ahead and unpinch where this safety was, and then also when you open up this line here, it also gets kinked, so I make sure that it's unkinked before I do fluids. I put a new needle on after each time. Some people just leave the dirty needle on there until the next time, but I prefer to just take the dirty needle off right away, put it in my container, and put a new needle back on. I have the treats ready because he gets a couple treats afterwards. And you're so cute. And he always gets pets first. Don't you? He likes his pets. So he does have kidney disease. January it was stage 3. I have a feeling it's getting worse. We need to go back to the vet for another blood check, because I would say the last like 2 weeks or so, he's starting to get picky with eating, and he has always been one that eats very well. I've been trying to switch foods up, and that's why I'm trying to do fluids like every other day, every 2 days, which seems to be helping. Today, he doesn't want to eat much, so we're going to do the fluids, and it usually helps him feel better. What happens with kidney disease is once you get at an advanced stage of kidney disease, the toxins build up in your blood and they feel nauseous and they vomit, and which is another reason why they don't want to eat. So keeping them hydrated helps with that. He did get fluids. Today's Thursday. I gave him fluids Tuesday. So he always gets some pets first. I do leave the heating pad turned on as well so he's warm. And we're all ready to go. It does usually take me a couple times to get him to lay down. He's probably not used to it here, huh? But we're going to try it. See, we're going to try here. You're going to lay down. Sometimes I have to help him. And sometimes it'll take a couple times, so I'm just like, okay, lay down. Good boy. Good boy. You know that's going to make you feel better, huh? And he usually does this in the beginning. Put your butt down. Good boy. Usually what happens is he gets down and I get the needle off, and we find our spot, and then he gets up. So also when it comes to, he's on 20 gauge needles. I might go for a little bit smaller. So there is a beveled side on the needle. So you want the side with the hole. You'll see it when you you want the hole up. So right now the hole is facing the ceiling. There's like a beveled edge, but you're probably not going to be able to see it. So what I do is, he doesn't like it when it's up higher. So I have to feel first. It takes me a little bit. I just pretty much started doing this on my own, like the past 2 weeks, consistently, instead of having the vet tech come. So I usually pet him first. He usually tenses up a bit in the very beginning, so it takes me a while to get it. So you just want to lift up. And find that space. I usually push my finger and make sure the beveled side is up. And in we go. And turn it on. That's a good boy. And then we pet. And I usually just hold the needle there so it doesn't move. And I just pet him. And I make sure we're dripping, which we are. As the hump starts getting big, he starts moving a lot more. He doesn't like when it gets big. And I'm going to try to squeeze, and he's going to move. Just helps it go in quicker. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's going to make you feel better, huh? That's going to make you feel better. That's a good boy. See, that's a good boy. You can feel the hump starting to grow in between the palm of my hand. He's feeling very good today. We're almost there, buddy. Almost there. Tiny bit more. Good boy. But it does definitely help him with warming them. One more squeeze and I think we'll be there. That's a good boy. And we're good. So I'm going to turn it off. And then you can push the extra clip there. And then I pull it out and I squeeze the skin. So I squeeze it and just hold it for a second to make sure. That was a good boy. That was a good boy. That makes you feel better. That makes you feel better. Yes, it does. So just hold it for a second. And put the cap back on. And I always give him the treats first. You want some treats? Do you want some treats? There you go. What is that? Good boy. You like those, huh? That was a good boy. That was a good boy. That was such a good boy. That was such a good boy. That was such a good boy. I'm gonna have to wash my hands again. There you go, sweetness. As you can see, he's good. Okay, so now I just put my dirty needles in this container, and then when I go to the vet, I will take them to the vet. So what I do is, now I use a spoon to get this off, because too many times I try pushing it off with my fingers and the cap comes off. Okay, so now you just untwist this part. I always make sure the cap is on tight. I use a spoon and I put it right underneath the yellow part and look away. And then I have my new needle here. I make sure I don't touch the actual needle part with my hand. So I just open. I take one side of it and then the other side, and then I just pull down without touching. as you can see. And then you take it and just put the cap on and push. And then twist. Twist it on there tight. And we're all ready for the next time. So that is how I give Sebastian his fluids, and he'll be feeling better here shortly. And then he'll eat the rest of the day. So I hope this helps some of you who are new to giving SubQ fluids. My previous Siamese cat also had, Sebastian has hyperthyroid and kidney disease, and I had a previous Siamese who lived to be 20 years old, and he also had hyperthyroid and kidney disease. My previous Siamese was pretty difficult to give SubQ fluids at home, but Sebastian he does pretty well with SubQs at home. So
that was a good boy. You did so good. You did so good. Yes, that makes you feel better, huh? Yes, that makes you feel better. Good boy.
So yeah, I hope y'all have a great day. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.